World famous. All right, love. It's your boy Big Dan is going down Big Dog Boss status. Welcome to World Famous Radio live at the Rec Room. We got two special guests in the building, man. Shaq G and Ant Beale. Make some motherfucking noise, y'all.
What's good? Hazard Club in this bitch.
Oh, what's up?
Right,
Bitch.
Right, man.
Let's get it.
Goats.
Basically, the focus of the radio show, man, is for y'all to tell y'all story, man. Shaq to tell your story as an artist, you know. I can't really remember the first time I really heard about you. I think it was more about like seeing you on Instagram and seeing you online and then hearing the music. I know I don't really remember the first time I heard a record. I think the first time I ever really saw you online was like a photo shoot with like a bunch of silver stuff behind you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that was really for.
Yeah, that was for my rollout for gas for my EP Overweight Rager. So,
Okay.
Like, that was just like we just did a rollout, like a little snippet video, and we just did the most. My homies, they set like we built like a set instead of our own photo shoot type thing. You know what I mean? It's work what we got.
Okay, all right, for sure, bro. Well, I mean, I just want you to dig in, bro, who you are, you know, where you from, how you got started in the music, you know, talk about your album, whatever you really want to say, man. It's about you. It's about you telling your story as an artist, you know, because I feel like this is going to makes sense now, but it's going to make sense, you know, 5-6 years from now when you on tour and people, the true fans, look back 6 years from now like, damn, you know, that's where he started from, you know. So that's really the point of this interview. So it's not going to it makes sense 6 years out, bro. True fans are going to dig back just like real Nipsey fans do. So just tell your story, man. Where you from? How you got started?
Well, my name's Shaq G for niggas that don't know me. I'm born in New York. I moved around a lot. Then I lived in Philly for a while. Then I settled in Jersey. I've been doing music I guess forever, but I really started I bought my own mic and all that shit around 18, I think 18, 19. I had dropped out of college or whatever.
Were you doing music before? Like you made the big decision to jump out the window? Like as a kid, were you ever doing music, poetry?
As a kid, I was indulged in music a lot. My mom had me at 17, you know what I'm saying? 17, 18. Me too. I was around a lot of young people, so they was playing all that 90s cool shit around me, you know? So
How old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay, all right.
You know, so I was born in 93, so my mom was playing all of that shit, you feel me? And then I got around my stepdad. He started playing me all heavy ass shit. Then I just started getting into music myself. So I always low key from third grade kind of wanted to rap. But my mom is a teacher, you feel me?
Okay.
And she struggled. She was single for a long ass time. She did a lot. She got my little brother and shit. And it was always school. And I was always a straight A student. It didn't really matter what was going on around me, my situation, you know what I mean? If it was just me and my little brother in the crib. So a straight A student, so I just thought something like rap was. It's not even in this thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that shit was always a part of me. You know, DMX was my first real favorite rapper. I was in second grade. I had just moved to Philly. I remember I was living in North Philly or some shit like that. And I remember they had the desk. And they were getting new desks next year. So they let us write on the desk and everything. And I wrote DMX real big on my desk. It's dark as hell, it's hot. I got in trouble for it and shit like that. All stupid shit like that, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. But as of really, I was acting too. I used to really, really love acting. I was been acting since 5th grade. That was my shit.
I would have never known that looking at you, bro.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I was with all of this shit, wearing the tights and everything, you know what I'm saying?
So you was a drama kid.
Yeah, I was in acting, but me, I was always been me, so I didn't really have many friends, you know what I'm saying? Not in that, because motherfuckers was just, you know how them drama kids be, no offense to the drama kids, but they real cliquey and shit, and I'm black as hell, and I am who I am, you know what I'm saying? I just like to fucking act, I think that shit's cool.
The school district you went to, was it majority black or white? Because I'm going to be real with you, a lot of my friends didn't become actors, you know what I mean? I don't even know we had a drama club in any of my schools.
Well, and when I lived in Philly, it was no real drama shit. It was just I guess school plays, maybe, if niggas did it. I was into it. But then when I moved to Jersey, that shit was predominantly white. So I was born in upstate New York, and niggas don't understand, upstate New York is down south. That shit is super fucking racist, very racist.
Even in Syracuse?
Yeah, I'm from Kingston, so that's probably about 2 hours away from Syracuse. I'm closer to Poughkeepsie and shit.
Okay, all right, bet.
So That shit is dumb racist. Niggas don't even know how racist that shit is. Like clan racist, all that shit. You know, like when I was 6, my gym teacher called me color boy. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of racist. I went to Edson Elementary, my fault. I went to Edson Elementary or whatever, and yeah, it was like 3 black people in the school, like including me.
Damn, that's
you know
crazy.
What I'm saying? You feel me? Like I remember sitting in the back of the class, like almost on some segregated shit. You feel
And you
me?
were born into that, right?
Yeah, that's what you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But my mom was a real smart woman, so she told me to see through that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? God-fearing woman. So like, you know, I just dealt with it and shit like that. Like I still got a scar to this day. Like 4 little niggas jumped me because I was black.
Just on some racist shit.
Yeah,
That's
you know what I'm saying?
crazy,
Just jumped
bro.
the shit out of me, like 4th graders.
Damn.
You feel me? I've been 1st grade, this little black 4th
So
grader.
was it like
beating my ass.
was it like nigger level
Yeah,
racism?
yes,
yeah,
yes, all of that.
That's
like,
crazy.
Like you can't come to my party because you're black. My mom don't even like you or your mom. Like that type of shit. Like, what the
Damn.
fuck going on? But like I had,
Yo.
yeah. So like that's what
Draw
I,
and shit.
you know what I'm saying. So that's what I was like. That's kind of why I was like, you know what I mean. But like I never really hated the motherfuckers like that. You know what I'm saying. And then I ended up moving to Philly. That shit fucked me all up because now I'm seeing all niggas like me, they all struggling like me. It's all cool, but I'm fighting all these different niggas because I'm from New York. Niggas is like, oh, you from New York? I'm gonna fight you. What?
Yeah,
You
that's
know what
how
I'm
it was
saying?
back in the day, though.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's how I used to be back in the day.
And then I started repping like North Philly. Then I would see niggas from Germantown. Are you from North Philly? Nigga, let's fight. I'm like, what the fuck?
Niggas
So I'm
was
like,
catching bodies and shit for no
so
reason.
I was like, yeah, be cool. I guess I could fight out here. And then like the shit fucked me up because I met like some white boys and shit. So I thought, all right, well they probably got their shit together because it's just what I used to seeing. Like white people always being better. I remember being in their crib and their mom was like a crackhead. And everything was fucked up, and these little niggas was living the worst I've ever seen in my fucking life. And that shit kind of changed my perspective on everything. So, like, when I moved back to Jersey, and that shit was predominantly white, that shit caused, like, a flashback. Like, I started walking to the back of the class and shit. But, like, everybody in Jersey, Jersey racist and shit, too, but, like, it was a lot different. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when I started getting in there, I was like, fuck it, like, I know both sides and shit. I was just like, I'm just gonna do me. Like, you know what I mean? That's like, I started at a young ass age. Like in 5th grade, I knew I'm gonna just always do me. You feel me? Like, I know people could be like this or people could be like that, but it really don't matter towards the end of shit. Like I knew that as a young ass kid. Like I knew that shit. So I said, fuck it. Like I want to act. How can I do acting? Oh, these niggas act. You know what I'm saying? So I go do drama and shit. You know what I mean? And then like,
Did your family fully support that? Like
Oh,
as a
of course.
kid, like was they with? So
They
so it was you. It
supported
was
that.
your mom, your dad, but was it any other family for?
I ain't have no dad.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
My
all right.
fault. My fault. Yeah, I left that part out. I don't have no father. Like I got a stepfather. You know what I'm saying? He's cool. But like as far as like a man raising me, no, never really had that. And I ain't really. My father left me when I was like. My father never really been there. He was pretty abusive and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of abuse and shit like that. And then like he pretty much left me when I moved to Philly. That's when like my mom like was just like, if you don't want him, he could sign him off. I could have not had no last name. You know what I'm saying? Like he signed me. Like that's not like on paper that nigga's not my father. Like that's how he signed me off. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up with that, but I had a little brother. That's my baby. You know what I mean? That was my. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my son. It was me and him. You feel me? So like that shit always hurt as a kid growing up. That shit fucked me up. But once I knew that, it was just like, all right, cool. Like I know I gotta take on shit for little bro. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't got nobody. He don't even know nobody. At least I got to know him, whether I didn't like him or not. You feel me? Like he ain't gonna know nobody.
Right.
You feel me? And I was only like 7. You know what I'm saying? So you get like a little background on like some of that little I guess tragic.
It's a
you know what I'm
heavy
saying?
load to put on.
Yeah, but like as a kid, you just start as in hindsight, you start realizing that's some of the shit that makes you. You feel me? Also, some of the shit that makes you tweak as a grown ass man too. You feel me? Like
Yeah,
some
that
of the
shit
reasons
comes
why
back
you're like,
up.
why the fuck am I tweaking like this? It be something stubborn from when he was a baby. You know?
Yeah, trauma, man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? But that shit ain't. It's whatever. But like. Yeah, so I moved to Jersey. You know what I mean, I'm in like 5th grade. I'm making friends. I always stand out. They like, oh, this nigga smart as hell. You know what I mean? Doing what I do. Like, I'm just cool. You know what I'm saying? Fitting in, I guess. Like, even though I fit in, I still ain't really like, none of them niggas was like, I don't know, still never really felt like I fit in, and that makes sense. Like, I always look like I did, but I still ain't never really, them niggas don't feel me. You know what I'm saying?
Was it when you say you didn't feel him? Was it more of a thing like I'm not fucking with these niggas or these niggas not on my level? Because I understand how that feels.
As a kid, it was just like, these niggas don't feel me.
Right,
You know what
yeah,
I'm
they
saying?
don't feel you.
Like, yeah, they might want to be around me and want to do all this other
they don't
shit,
really
but
get
like,
it.
they don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not really smiling, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really
Okay.
enjoying my company. You know what I mean? Like, I
Right.
am, and that's cool. But like, I don't know. I don't feel lost. But I was a dark ass kid too. It's
Right.
some funny shit. I was a dark ass kid. So like, when I was like in 3rd grade, I got obsessed with like a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? I got obsessed with like The Crow,
Okay.
DMX.
Go in, bro. Yeah,
You know
no,
what I'm
talk
saying?
about
I
it,
was
bro.
painting my
Yeah.
nails and shit.
Okay.
Painting underneath my eyes in black. I was like,
Oh,
obsessed
man.
with death.
Mans
and
was
shit.
emo.
Yeah, like
I let a girl do that to me once.
I
She
never
did
heard
that,
about the
and it
paint
felt
under
like
the
I was
eyes
getting
thing, though.
stabbed
That's
in
crazy.
my eyeball. the
Yeah,
whole
no,
time.
I mean,
That shit
I did that
sucked.
shit in 3rd grade though,
What the?
in Philly.
Oh yeah, that's,
And like
that's a lot
let
different.
niggas
Yeah.
I
be
think
like
I was,
what
like, 5th
at this
grade
fight
when I was
or
doing
whatever.
that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in 3rd grade, you feel me? Like I shouldn't. Like I obviously had issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, like I was
yeah.
I was on some
Wow,
dark shit.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was just like
Nah,
I
bro, you
said.
were creative.
But at the same time,
Nah, I feel you.
I didn't
I
give a
dig you,
fuck,
bro. Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck. So when niggas see me like this now and the little quirky shit I do or weird shit I do, it's like, man, like I've always been on some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not even like now all this shit's acceptable. You know what I'm saying? Now all this shit is like looked for. Like now it's like, oh, that nigga is looking. He put together a fucking $2 outfit. It's amazing. This, that, and the other. Like now that shit's acceptable. But before that's the cards we dealt. I don't give a fuck. That's what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, you know, like all right. So yeah, we get to acting and shit. I'm acting. I've always been a football player. Around like 7th grade. You know what I'm saying? I'm really heavy into my shit. I got like my little first role and shit. I think I'm the shit. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll like get another
Like
role.
a paid role?
Huh?
Like a paid role?
Fuck no.
Oh.
I
Oh, like
was
a role in school,
like a
like-
middle school role. Like I
Okay,
got like
yeah.
the main role. Like I think I
Alright.
was like fucking like Phoebus and like Hunchback or some shit. Like I was like the fucking white boy, you know? Like
Okay.
I was like I never got no paid role for shit, but like it meant a lot to me. You feel me? Then like the next year, like all the high schools was trying to get me into doing that. And I played football, and then like that was like one of the only times in my life I let niggas talk me out of something. And I was gonna try to do both, and I just started playing football and I quit acting. I ain't never step on the acting type stage again. You know what I'm saying? That
Did
was
you
just
miss it?
Hell yeah. I be hurt. I was like, damn, I probably should have acted in high school. I probably should have fucking did some plays. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, look at me. I'm a football player. Like that's what I do. You feel me? Knowing good and fucking well.
That you
Like
can
I
act,
did not
yeah.
want to go to the league. I didn't care for no fucking college football.
So
Like
what made you change your mind like that?
like it was a couple things. One, it was the people I was around because like I had met my brother Nard in 7th grade. He was a heavy football player. My little brother's a heavy football player. Like
Okay.
all my real niggas is balling, working out and balling and shit. And I'm
And you
over
wanna
here,
act.
and I'm over here
Okay,
taking the
yeah.
fucking latest bus. You know what I'm saying? Singing and rehearsing with niggas I can't stand. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna go ball. Like this shit ain't gonna amount to nothing anyway. Ain't nobody coming out here to watch this shit. At least these niggas got, you know what I'm saying? At least these niggas got a little bit of fucking recruiters and other shit. They got stands. They got bigger fucking stands than they do in the fucking auditorium. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like I'm shining on the field. And I was a lineman, so ain't no shining. You know what I mean? As an
you in the
offensive
trenches
lineman,
and
you
shit,
feel me?
yeah. When you
So-
starting?
I ain't start till my junior year. Like,
Okay.
it's funny that you asked if I was starting. Like,
And this is in Jersey, right?
Yeah, nah, this
'cause
is
the
just
football
all in
culture
Jersey.
in Jersey is way different.
football, yeah,
Way
we got a lot
different
of
in
fucking,
Philly,
we got a
yeah.
lot of fucking NFL players. We got
Way
a lot
different,
of,
yeah.
Jersey football really does go hard.
My boys
as hell.
went to New Brunswick, and I know they won
Oh,
like four.
yeah, them-
When I first
yeah.
went to Lincoln, they said they won 4 trips back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
I never heard that before.
That's
Yeah.
niggas probably went to like Don Bosco or some shit. Like
Yeah.
that's like
It's
the
a
number
couple.
one.
It's a couple
Yeah.
huge football towns in Jersey. Like
Yeah.
Willingboro had like how many people
My
from the
cousin from
NFL
Willingboro.
came out of Willingboro?
But I never knew that until I went to and met niggas from Jersey. Like, yeah, we win champion. I never
Bro,
in
it's
Philly,
like-
you know, it's crazy. You know
It's
what I mean?
like
Yeah.
if a year go by where somebody from Willingboro don't like go to the league, it was like a rare year. Like them
That's
niggas out
crazy,
there are
yeah.
big as hell and
Yo,
they
the
ball,
water
bro.
different now.
Yeah,
Willingboro.
like
I don't make
they're
no fucking sense.
like
Literally, you
6'4" freshman type shit.
All
It's
them
like,
niggas
Crazy.
is fucking huge.
I
They be
never
like
knew
in
that,
fifth
bro,
grade.
until I went to
Yeah.
and seeing niggas from. I'm like, y'all. What you mean y'all won 4 champions? They said we
Well,
back
I
to back
think
to back.
the culture is a little bit different because out there, like, there's people who will go around to all the schools, little league shit, and just watch these kids as they
For
come
real.
up and
So they
and
scout
try and,
early.
and try and finesse them into going to this school, getting on their parents' good side. Like, yo, come to this school. It's a better curriculum. You know what I
Wow.
mean? And they really.
See, in Philly, it's not like that, bro.
Grooming
Like, I
type
think the
shit.
best,
Exactly.
the best football school here when I was playing ball in King was like, I want to say what, maybe Central, Northeast, like maybe Washington, shit like that. But it's way different in Jersey with the football culture.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, no, you good, bro. But yeah, so all right, so continue. So you playing ball, but the people you playing ball with you fuck with. but you really want to act and really get into the creative bag, but you doing that you don't fuck with.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
And like one thing that discouraged me from acting too is like my singing voice got fucked up. Like when I had hit puberty, and then and then it came back, and it was still like really good. And then like I got like pneumonia in like 7th grade, and then like my voice was always just like deep as shit. Like my voice been like this since I was like 8th grade.
Right.
So like it always just been deep as shit. I couldn't do what them niggas could do no more. So that shit just made me feel all the way back. And then like in that little acting world, it's very like everything's political. You feel me? And I just wasn't with no politics shit. Like I'm not being cool with.
Wait, it's political even in high school and all
even
that shit?
in middle school down to fucking all that shit. Like when you do like the little programs, I did like summer stage one year, and so like. It might be a little nigga that's been doing summer stage for like 4 years, and his brother was an actor, and these parents put in this amount of money and all that other shit. You feel me? They gonna get a little nigga to roll over you, especially because you fat and black anyway. You could act it the best, but nigga, you just don't look like anything we're doing. We're doing Disney movies.
So you automatically discriminated against?
Yeah, like we're doing Disney movies. Like, what am I gonna fit in besides like a tree or a log or some stupid shit?
So it's way bigger.
You know what I'm saying? I was fortunate enough to have a very, very Miss Solsberger, I'll never forget her name. She was a very like good ass fucking drama.
Shout out Miss Solsberger, man, wherever you are in the world.
She was definitely like, she was the one that always told me like, follow my dreams, you're amazing. That's why she gave me all these roles that didn't. I played a white boy with blue eyes and blonde hair. You feel me? Like that, I was a lead role, and that was the role I was playing. She said, I don't give a fuck, you play it. You know what I'm saying? So like she was the only one that really was like, I don't give a damn what you look like. I love your skill. I love your talent. I love what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So like she was one of the reasons why I kept doing that shit. And you know what I'm saying? And in high school, in middle school. But yeah, so I get to high school, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing. I don't know, like I'm still heavy in on music. Like music's a part of me. You feel me? That's my escape. Like before I was getting high and all the other shit, like that was really my like get out. Like if I hated going home, I hated doing shit. Listen to music, take me somewhere else. Like really, really, I'm very imaginative. So like that shit would draw me somewhere else. You feel me? Like I'd be really heavy into my shit. So like, yeah, what is it, like my sophomore year? I go to play football now. This is my brother. The whole squad fucks up. So the coaches are like, yo, we're gonna let the young niggas start. So I finally get my big chance to start and shit. It's funny, my nigga Alpha played against him. That nigga was a monster in high school. Like he could have went pro if he really had his shit right. Like that nigga was disgusting. I remember like scouting against this nigga. And like so we played them, but I had asthmatic bronchitis for like 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks. I didn't know it.
Before the season?
Like in the middle of the season. Like I'm going into this game, my coach is like, yo, you look like shit. I could barely breathe or whatever. But like, you know, football coaches and shit, like, that shit's like a cult.
Yeah.
You're brainwashed, you know what I'm saying? That's your life. That shit is your life, you know what I'm saying? Like, you rather die than let your coach say you suck or some shit, you know what I mean? Like, it really's fucked up, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't even care. So, I finally played the game. At the end of the game, I'm like, my coach helping me walk back to the bus. I can't even run, like, 25 yards or nothing. I remember I get on the bus, I get home, my mom tough on me. She's just like, yo, try to get some sleep or whatever. I wake up the next day, we're in the grocery store. I'm like, Mom, I can't walk. I can't breathe. I can't walk, can't breathe. Go to the hospital, the doctor, like, yeah, like, if you didn't get him here in time, like, his lungs is closing up. Like, it's really bad. Damn. So, what these niggas did, they sent me home with, like 2 refills of lean, like 2 big-ass pints, you know what I'm saying? Sent me home with that, like, antibiotics.
For asthmatic bronchitis?
Yes, because I was coughing so hard, it was, like, hurting my chest.
And then it began.
You know what I'm saying?
There was a fucking rap after that.
I was like,
oh, bro.
So mind you, remember
Big
I told you I was a straight A student.
Right.
I did all 2 weeks of my schoolwork that I was written out of school within 2 days.
Right.
So after that, I was like, what do I do? You feel me?
You just got 3 big ass pints of lean sitting
I got the fucking drinking that shit.
Connected. That's crazy.
I got the drinking that shit because like I used to always drink the cough syrup. I used to always drink like NyQuil like it was nothing anyway because I would just go right to sleep.
Right.
I never did it on some high shit. Like I just would go right to sleep. Like I'm a football player. Like we do shit so we can go play. You feel me? Like I was already used to watching niggas like snorting like perks and shit like that. But that was what the white boys did.
Fucking drinking creatine and shit.
That's just what the white boys did. Like they do the coke and
Creatine.
perks before the game, but like that's just like
It's crazy.
at that age, that
High
shit
school
was foreign.
students sniffing a
you
30
sniff-
before they go get fucking laid
Yo,
out.
you ain't never been to Triton High School, dog.
Nah,
Them
that's
boys
out of
be-
pocket.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That's what they used to
So-
call it. They used to have the
Heroin or
oxy. Them niggas used to sniff oxy 80s before games and shit, bro. Like,
Kids.
bro,
Yeah.
yo,
Crazy,
if
bro.
I
My
really
friends
go
were
down the
doing
list
heroin
of how
at
many
12.
football players done died of
Yeah, it
OD
was
from my
fucked
school, we sit here all day for real. Like,
Are you
there's a lot of
serious?
niggas that died.
That's crazy how crazy that football culture is, bro. Because it's
Yeah.
not like that.
It fucks
It's
your life
to a
up.
certain extent in Philly, but not like that though.
That shit over there, that's all them niggas got, some of them, and that fucks their whole life up.
I learned my lesson fast as fuck. I played Little League football for 2 days. I got blindsided by somebody 3 times my size, and I never
like,
went
fuck
back.
it, right to the
I'm
studio.
good. Yeah, I'm good off this. You know what, Dad? I don't want
Yeah,
to
I'm
do
good.
this.
Fuck
I'll
that.
stick to basketball.
That's crazy,
Basketball
bro.
and music.
All right, so now we at the so you said not so now
Yeah,
now the lean is in the
yeah.
universe has put the lean into your life.
And,
All right, the universe has
thing
put the
is,
lean into your life.
I
all
fucked
right.
up. I fucked up because it's not the first time it really got me high. The first time it got me high was right before that football game.
Right.
My little brother had broke his leg.
Right.
And my mom was like, here, just take a little shot of this. You know what I'm saying? The night before, she was like, just take a shot. So I thought she meant like a little, like, you know, like a shot. So I took like 2 ounces back to the head real quick. You know what I'm saying? And I remember going downstairs, watching college football with my brother, and I was like a little leaned out. My brother was always hit, but
A little leaned
Yo.
out,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? My brother
Chill out,
was
bit.
always kind of hit,
It's a
but like he
soundbite.
wouldn't say shit in my crib because like he just was like, nah, that nigga, nah. So I went to sleep with the school next day floating, you know what I'm saying? But before I went to school, I reached in the cabinet just to get a little bit more, so I wouldn't cough.
And
Because
it
you know when you in
starts,
school,
yeah.
you don't want to be like coughing behind a bitch neck all day, you know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah,
So
Sitting
like,
there just trying to hold it in. Like,
yeah, like that
Yeah.
shit make it worse. I could barely breathe, so I'm like, I don't want to be coughing all day. So I ended up grabbing my little brother's codeine because he had broke his leg. You know, kids don't give him pills, so they just had a whole bunch of codeine. It was just sitting there. We used to
one
have
even
bottles of the
knows.
shit sitting everywhere. It's like niggas
That's
wasn't hit.
crazy.
So I had grabbed it and I just like kept a little with me and drank it. You feel me? But like, yeah, I was floating. I was high as a kite. But like, it wasn't really pleasurable. It wasn't like that. You feel me? Like I was trying to get to my game. But when I got home and I got bored, I'll never forget this shit. I started Degrassi from like the first fucking episode. I was listening to like a lot of Lil Wayne, a lot of Zero, a lot of like Chopper Screw, because I was the shit I was already into.
Right.
So like it was just cool as shit. Cause now I'm like, all right, well let me see.
Now it's connected.
Now I'm drinking
more
this.
tuned in.
Cause now
Yeah.
I'm drinking. You gotta understand. I'm drinking ounces of this shit. So I'm
That's crazy,
dumping.
bro.
I'm just durfing myself. And then
Hold on. So out there for a listener, like, can you describe how much an ounce of this shit is? Like, for
All
those
right.
that don't sip.
So for the average person, if you don't sip no lean, like I would say, like I don't fucking know,
like a shot.
like 2 ounces of that shit will have you fucked up, like really bad, like you know what I'm
Like
saying,
2 ounces liquid.
like 2 ounces of it, yeah, like yeah.
Yeah.
If you drink like just if you put that shit straight back to your head,
Right.
you're gonna be high. You're gonna be high. You're gonna be pretty high. You drink like 4 ounces, you know what I'm saying?
So
you're gonna
niggas
be
diluted
high.
with like Sprite and like Jolly Ranchers and shit like that, right?
Because it make
okay,
it, you know what I'm saying? You sip it, you know what I mean? You ain't really supposed to just be chugging that shit like that.
So you fucking
So that's how
chugging
you,
codeine.
yeah, that's
straight.
that's how I started it doing. That's what I was used to. Like,
Damn.
so like
that's crazy.
now I got these bottles. Now I'm on what was it, MTV Jams back in the day, or the one?
Yeah.
It was one of them. I had digital cable. Like I was.
No, it was
this is like the
Jams,
first time in
yeah.
life I had digital cable. So like, I'm on the music section, and I think it was Hustler Music, one of them Lil Wayne Jones, and he had the double cut. And I'm like, yo, so I just went downstairs. I remember I got on my motherfucking computer with like, remember them desktop Jones and shit? I got on my like that computer and I looked up like Scissor. You know what I'm saying? I looked up like Scissor, like literally.
That's crazy.
SIZZURP. I'm like,
Did
what is
Dipset
it?
pop up?
Scissor.
Nah, actually 3 6 Mafia and them niggas came up. And then like a news article came up. So I clicked, I remember I clicked
Yo,
on the
that's
news
crazy
article.
How culture connects, yo.
Yeah, I clicked on the news article and I was reading about all the dangers of promethazine and codeine. I went upstairs and looked at the bottle. I was like, okay, bet. So
I got the right shit.
Yeah. I was like,
I'm
okay.
already set.
So I'll never forget the first time I mixed that shit with Sprite. I mixed
Oh
it.
man.
And I never understood the styrofoam cup. I thought it was for show, so I didn't give a fuck. So I put that shit in a glass cup. A regular, like my mom's
So
glass
is there a
cup.
science to it? Because do you need to use styrofoam cup?
I mean,
a couple recipes.
yeah, it's
to
just
each
some
their own.
recipes.
Some people do it different.
Keeps the ice
Okay.
cold.
yeah, I mean, like, the styrofoam cup shit, it just keeps, you know what I mean, keeps your drink cold.
Okay, yeah.
You
see.
double it, you're not gonna put your thumb through it that you just spent $300 or $200 or whatever you spent on your fucking, you know what I'm saying, your
Wow,
drink.
I never knew that was the correlation. Like
You know
I never
what I'm
knew. I never knew you use 2
Safety
cups 'cause
measure.
you can't push it through. It's a
You know,
science
precautions.
to it.
like
Damn.
little shit, like you know what I mean, like
Yo, that's
it keeps
crazy.
it bubbling.
I mean,
like, you know what I'm
imagine
saying?
being the first person to pour up like $1,000 cup and you fuck
Yo.
around, that shit break. You like, oh! I done seen
Damn.
shit on Twitter where people will break their bottle on the ground and they trying to scrape
Yo.
the
Scrape
shit
it
up,
up, yeah.
out the fucking
I've been
concrete
there,
and
suck it out
shit.
the
I didn't have
concrete
a
and
bottle,
shit.
but I had like a couple ounces, and like I spilled it all.
Fuck
I
yeah.
was like, I was fucking just trying to get it up on like a piece of paper.
Yeah, I've
Like,
never
just
sipped
trying to
lean,
save a
bro. That's
little
crazy.
bit.
None of
I was
it.
like, yo, I'm not
Really.
losing this
I always
$100.
only smoke
right
weed.
Yeah,
Like,
that's good. I mean, like, I
Ain't
mean,
no
for
pills,
the
none of that
lean
shit,
heads that's a little older, they know, they'll tell you the lean not the same no more. That shit
Nah, I
used to
don't
be different
want
back
it.
in the day. That shit used to be like
I'm
sludge.
cool off
Like
it
that
now.
shit used to be like
Now it's diluted, watered down.
I don't
It's
know
just-
what the
it's
fuck they
different
doing.
brands.
Like this shit, all that shit used to be purple. You know what I mean? All that, or you would have like the snot, like they call it a snot. Like that was the fucking hydrocodone, and that was like the gold lean, and that was like the extended release. So that was like the perky lean. Now that shit that really had you itching. Like where you hear them niggas say nothing like that yellow tussin. Now that had you itching. Like they're talking about that hydrocodone because that motherfucker had you looking like a fiend all day. Like
So let me ask you a question, bro. How you feel for people who start sipping lean and have no idea? 'Cause I promise you, bro, I had no idea it was this deep. How do you feel about people that start sipping lean just based on the fact that it's cool and then they become addicts and they don't even know about all of this?
Make sure you know who you getting it from.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
people that do it to be cool.
Yeah, like this, like I said, bro. This interview is gonna make sense 6 years.
No,
from
no,
now. There's
no,
gonna
I
be a
feel
kid
you
that's-
1,000%.
Yeah, that's like I'm about to sip lean.
Oh, you talking about like the little poser ass
The
niggas?
poser, yeah.
Because
the
I ain't
black
never
kids
did a
do
drug
it,
to
yeah.
be cool. You know
You
what
gotta
I'm
think
saying?
a lot of niggas pop Perkins to be cool, bro. Even if
could-
it's
a
at
lot of
Dickies.
people think they sipping lean and they ain't sipping
I
nothing.
ain't sipping shit.
They're sipping Robitussin with fentanyl.
Look, I'm not proud of it. I used to sell fake lean to niggas
K-roll,
all the time.
K-roll.
Give me some vanilla K-roll
K-roll.
syrup, red and blue food that my mom like to bake. Just put that shit in there.
What?
Cut that shit. Sell the stupid ass niggas, bro. Like, yeah.
I never. I'm gonna
That's-
be real. I would have been one because I would have had no idea.
Nah.
All it has to do is put you to sleep a little bit.
That shit,
and the
or
people
like
will
crush a
think it was
Zanny in
real.
there and throw it in there or some dumb shit like that. Like, oh, like I ain't gonna get niggas no ideas. They already doing it, but
Yeah, I would have never known that shit.
yeah,
bro.
that
That's
shit
crazy.
like 8 years ago, damn near now. Like I was really on that shit as a kid, like a young bull. Like once I left high school, all that good kid shit went out the window. Like, all right,
Right.
graduated high school from my mom's like, I might do the college shit, but I don't really give a fuck. Like the not giving a fuck came more and more and more and more. But like when it comes to the syrup, yeah, that shit played a big ass factor in not giving a fuck because like still did good, still graduated straight A's damn near and all that other shit. But like
It was changing you. Would you say that?
not even like yo, because on some shit niggas was so active at the time, like it really wasn't a thing. You feel me? Like it really wasn't like a super big thing yet. Like it should have been. The niggas had caught me sipping all that lean and shit. But like when you're younger, first off, your body is just on point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And second of all, I'm working out like a motherfucker. So I guess for the little motherfuckers that are trying to drink lean and be like Lil Wayne and want to experiment and shit like that, I guess. I will never tell the kids not to do drugs because I'm rebellious in nature. Rebellious in nature. You tell us not to do something, we 9 times out of 10 gonna try to see what it's hitting for.
Hazard Club.
You dig?
So all I
See the
can
shit?
say, all I can say is just like make sure your shit is from the doctor. Make sure your shit's prescription. Make sure you drink a lot of water. Make sure you don't fucking try to do what somebody else does because that's not you. You're not there yet. And like don't fucking try to. Don't try to be somebody you're not, though. I guess that's like the deeper thing with all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll never tell no one not to experiment with drugs. The shit's fun.
Right.
But
I remember I
there's a
smoked
limit.
salvia a couple years ago, and that shit changed my life, bro.
Yeah,
I thought my mom was gonna die.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
That shit was crazy. Yeah.
I never smoked no Buddha bud. That's one thing I can say. That's
Yeah.
that's one joint I can knock off the list. I never smoked no fucking
I
salvia.
haven't.
Yeah.
Either.
So salvia is a hallucinogen. Like,
I'm scared of
Legit hallucinogen. That shit changed my life, bro.
Every
But,
time
alright.
I hear a story about it,
I heard that
I'm
shit was
scared
too
of it.
wild.
Yeah. No. Bro. I'm gonna be real with you. Like it's what you see is not real. It's like you in a different world. But it depends on who you are as a person. So say if you like a bad person or you fucked up in the head, you gonna have a bad trip. If you a good person, you have a good trip. If you kind of find yourself, you gonna have I'm trying to find myself trip. But yeah, man, we'll get into that. So all right, so now you at sipping lean. So let's continue the story. So you graduate high school. Let's keep going. So, when is the music coming to play? We sipping lean, you know.
All right, so now I got my little crew and shit. I'm with my brother Nard.
Okay.
I with one of my old homies, Juju and shit, and nigga I used to run around with and shit. And like we're all by like this little lake that we used to always just hide and smoke at, cause where we from, like you get your ass beat for a little bit of weed, you get booked for that shit. Like the cops is really like this awesome next level shit. Always has been, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
like we would hide behind like this little like in these trees and shit and smoke. And I think I forget what I heard on the radio or some shit, but it was some trash. And we always had like our little clique shit about us, like, you know what I'm saying? We was like always fly. We used to love Wiz Khalifa and them, you know what I mean? Juicy J,
Right.
like, you know what I'm saying? We used to try to be just like them niggas. So like we was like, you know, one day we all just, it just hit us. We all looked at each other like, yo, why don't we just start a fucking rap group? Like we should start a fucking rap group. Like, nigga, look at us. Like we're cool as shit. Like just start a rap group. Like, let's do it. Like we was all in. You feel me? Like we
Right.
was all in on that shit. And then I think like 2 days later, everybody quit but me. and then like every morning, I'll be
Typical.
determined to go like write a rap to make my homies impressed. So I'll go out there and write in the book and shit. And like my brother Nard used to always keep pushing me. He would laugh at me sometimes and shit, but he really, really used to push me. My little brother, like the one I really wanted him to hear that I was good, that nigga be like, bro, why the fuck are you rapping? You trash, you trash, you trash. My one homie would be like, try to make beats first. You feel me? Like, my mom was like, yo, stick to fucking beats for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was all like, nigga, don't rap. You feel me?
Wow,
Like, it
that's
was
crazy.
like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because that shit had took me back to when I was a young boy. I remember I tried to write my first lyrics in a book, but it was like for me, and I left them out on the table. My mom, my stepdad had read them and was laughing and making fun of me and shit. But they didn't really know how serious it was to me. You feel me? I don't fault them because there's probably some nutty shit in there. Like they always make fun of me because I was trying to rap like DMX, so I was rapping about dogs and cats and shit, like literally.
Right.
And like they was just laughing. It was raining.
Cats and dogs.
Yo, literally.
Like really coming at you creative. I feel you, bro. I used to rap. I remember a long time
I would have
ago,
laughed
like,
at you too if
I was
read
writing
that
shit in my book about Uzi. My mom lost, like, yo, you can't be no fucking rappers. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
like,
that's-
yo, start tripping
that's-
out. Like, yo,
yeah,
what the
that shit-
fuck
that
is
shit
wrong
hurts.
with you, man? Yeah, it
That
hurts.
shit hurts because you like, yo, I'm like,
It's possible. Yeah.
My teacher tell me to write, I don't write. I'm at home not doing shit, and I decided to pick up a pen and put something in some paper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In hindsight, it's like, if you see a kid that does that, you know what I'm saying, he got something, regardless if it's there or not. You know what I'm saying? He taking initiative to go write something shit down.
That's the first
You know what
step.
I mean? That's a whole thing. And now that you know what I mean, motherfuckers got smarter and all these fucking anxieties and all these, you know, everybody aware. A lot, like there was no awareness when we was young boys. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A lot of our parents was just trying to make ends meet too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Yeah.
that comes with the territory. That, you know what I mean? Like us, I know, and me, like we're the first in our families really to go crazy creatively. You know what I'm saying? To really be like, yo, fuck all that. You know what I mean? I got an uncle in the NFL. They used to play in the NFL. You feel
Y'all
me?
close?
Like my no, hell, that's my
Yeah.
real father's brother. Like I met him and shit, like way younger. I think I don't even know, but yeah, he played for the Rams. Like greatest show on turf. Like that nigga, you know what I mean? Like, but other than that, like nobody in my family did nothing like super creative. Nothing. Like my aunt was always into acting and shit. She used to always push me to do whatever I want.
Hold on. Yeah.
Good.
I'm sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, my aunt was super into acting and everything, so she always used to push me to always act and shit like that. And always do music and always sing or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I don't know, like we just started rapping and then I just kept going and kept going and kept going. I started developing like little flows and shit. I started like freestyling like all the fucking time. Like I was on some like almost on some battle shit, but like the way I would like want to battle niggas was just to battle niggas with my songs I wrote in my head. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
hit niggas with my flow switches and like, cause I was very big into Bone Thugs and like different shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, I knew like being from Jersey where I'm at and the niggas that around me and niggas from Philly. Like another thing too is like where we from. Like at a certain time there was like no going over the bridge for real. You know what I'm saying? Like there was really like no going to Philly type shit.
Like even to have a good time.
If shit, going to Philly was like a whole fucking like it it was like a whole fucking world. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like a whole fucking thing. Like that shit was cool as hell. Like like when niggas used to go to like FDR and shit like that every
Right.
now and then once niggas started to get older.
Yeah, yeah.
But like that shit when you was young boy and shit, like you know what I'm saying? Like I remember like being like, damn, like I lived in South Jersey and shit like that. and from where I live, not that far. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
from where I
you're
used to
right.
live. And I haven't seen my old like crib in like years. And I remember the first time I went back, I'm like, it was only a half an hour away. Why I felt like that shit was like you know what I'm saying, across the country.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
another
That shit,
state.
that over
Right.
the bridge shit was like different too. So like, niggas ain't really had no ecosystem either. Like I ain't see nobody else really creative and shit. So I just started really doing my thing. And then like a little bit of time go by, a whole bunch of crazy shit go by, a whole bunch of shit that I be getting into go by. And I like released my little first song. It's like a little diss song on some like bitch ass niggas that try to frame me for some corny shit and about a whole bunch of beef, and it was just a lot. It was a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I just dropped this little song, recorded it myself, and did all this shit myself. And then like some little cameraman nigga found me and linked me up with this engineer and shit. And then I linked up with this engineer, and I was recording in his basement and shit. You know what I'm saying? Kenneth Muse, like way back in the day. You know what I'm saying? That's the first nigga that really recorded me and shit. And I met this nigga here. You know what I'm saying?
And that's where it started.
That's where
You know what I'm saying?
next level.
You know what I'm saying?
Was it Hazard Club yet? You got
Fuck
name?
no.
Fuck
Nah.
no. Hell no.
So I
Dog,
I
we
want-
didn't even like each other when we first met.
For real?
We did not fuck with
was
each
it
other.
on some
What was
music
that
shit, or was
interaction?
it just on some like
This
personal
town ain't
shit?
big
It was
enough
on
for
some
both.
ego shit.
Ego shit. Like,
We were the weirdest people from where we came from, and
So
like,
it's like,
the
I'm
town
weirder
wasn't
than
big
you.
enough.
You weirder
yeah,
than me.
yeah.
Nah, pussy,
Look at
I'm
this
the
weird
weirdest.
bull.
Nah, you the weirdest. Like,
Like,
Yeah.
yo, this nigga not in high school. This nigga doing what? This nigga, and I'm over here. You know what I'm saying? I was back, like now my brother had moved to Houston. That was like a big part of me. Like my brother Nar, like we, you know, like that.
y'all
So,
still
like,
close?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
That's
That's what's
like,
up,
you know
bro.
what I'm saying? When I say my brother, we're not even blood. You know what I'm saying? I
Okay,
met him in
yeah,
7th
yeah,
grade
yeah.
and we've been rocking ever since. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of real close friends. My homie Drew, you know what I'm saying? Like he was one of them too. Like he was like one of the first white boys. My homie Frank, like they were like two of the first white boys that like showed me like shit ain't like this. And them niggas struggled. You know what I'm saying? Like my nigga Drew struggled. You know what I'm saying? My nigga Frank struggled. You feel me? So like I love them niggas. You know what I'm saying? To this day, you know what I mean? They all successful. You know what I'm saying? My man Drew worked for ESPN. You know what I'm saying? My man Frank running like a. You know, you do fucking real estate and shit. He do like what's that shit called? I'm gonna sound dumb as hell when I say it. Fireplaces. He do like fireplaces and shit like that. Like he like
Custom fireplaces?
yeah,
Like,
he do
makes
like
them?
yeah, like he
That sounds
installs them and does all that shit.
Is
Like
it his
he-
business?
Bread.
Nah, he like right underneath like the main board. And
Bro,
shit,
you'll
so.
be that's actually an awesome business because I used to work for these guys out the counties, and they build $1 million houses, big houses, right? And I'm really into real estate, like that's my passion, that entertainment. But I love real estate, and it's for me the best thing is to see a house get framed up, and I got to see this big huge house get made from like ground up, like the excavation, the framing, the mechanics, the roof, all that shit was crazy. But I'm good. He probably
good,
make a
bro.
lot of bread, yeah.
Yeah, you good, bro. I'm chilling. I forget where I was at for real. I don't even know where I was getting to. Oh yeah. So I had met this nigga. I ain't fuck with him at all.
Right.
Everything this nigga said just seemed condescending to me, and I was just like, what's this motherfucker think? He
Ant
Hollywood? What do you
fucking
think? He cool as shit?
Hazard.
This nigga got like a mystique. This nigga popped in my session, was like, yo, that's you rapping? Oh, okay. Closed the door and
Popped
shit.
out.
I'm like, who the fuck is this nigga, yo? Like, you know what I'm
Ant
saying?
fucking Bill.
This nigga Ketty, like, nah, that's like my little bro. He cool. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I go on.
This is back in the Vanilla Dutch days, mind you. Boy had like a 4-pack of the
See, you
Vanilla
gotta say
Dutch.
shit like that.
Yeah.
That shit puts things into context.
Yeah,
bro.
Vanilla Dutch days before
That's
the
when niggas was
backwoods.
smoking big ass bumps
Yo,
of Reggie and
and-
shit.
and
bro.
this
At
nigga
least
was
in
hating.
Philly.
He had dubs. He had the little pink bags, the dubs.
yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean? The
yeah,
fucking.
that's crazy.
Yeah, bro. And this nigga was hating because I would smoke so much fucking weed. What
What was
everywhere I
Reggie?
go.
Yeah, well, Reggie back then
No,
was
I
good.
wasn't
he had
smoking
the
no Reggie.
gas.
I,
Oh,
had
he
the-
wasn't?
I was
Oh, he
that's
had
what I
gas.
was known for.
That was part of his brand. Like
always. That's what I was known for.
Good
Okay.
weed, good drugs, good like whatever you trying to put into your body.
Just the vibes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
fuck
got
with
it.
me.
Yeah, I'm into
I'll
these
point you in
drugs.
the right direction.
Like,
Yeah.
yo,
So you were the kid that my mom would never want me to fucking.
I was a
hang
drug
out with.
addict.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I've been a drug
crazy.
addict. I was a drug addict like at 15. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
Like,
if you
on some real
listening to
shit.
Lil Wayne and Juicy J at 15 years old and you got access to the
Access
same
to the
shit
same
that they
shit.
got,
Pour it
what you
up.
gonna do?
Yeah.
That's
You know what I
exactly
mean?
where
And
it
like,
goes.
and I was hiding the shit. Like I wasn't. Like I didn't even. It was a part of my life. Like that was the thing.
Well,
Like
you said you weren't hiding it.
no, what I'm saying, what I mean by like hiding is like it was a part of my life. So like when I would get high and shit like that, like I'll be in your face in plain sight. That's what I mean by like hiding. Like you know what I'm saying? You know how
Oh,
some
And it
niggas-
wasn't. And it wasn't
yeah,
like
yeah.
the thing with Shaq is like, you could tell it wasn't like on some SoundCloud era shit where it's like the cool thing is like let me pop Zans and then
and
drink
perks
shit.
and
That was
shit,
really
yeah.
like he really was on that shit before it was like a trend.
Yeah, it was really like, what's wrong with bro?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Good, bro. Yeah, it was really like, what's wrong with that nigga? Like, why does he do that? Like, I remember I was at Mad Decent Black Party one time, and I was backstage smoking like an ounce. I was kept smoking because I didn't know what to do. I was bored. I'm like sitting around all these niggas, you know what I'm saying? That's why I
my
got linked up
go-to
with
at any
Swiggy Mac
event.
and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I remember this nigga just looked at me. He was like, yo, why you smoking so much? I was like, why ain't you smoking? Like, I really didn't know the answer to that. But like, he like stared through my soul. He was just like, why you smoking so much? And I was like, yeah, fucking no, nigga. I been smoking like this. You feel me? I like, you know what I'm saying? Like all that shit, like all that drug talk, all that shit, like that was just part of me. That was just my life. Like that was just like remember I told you how music was my escape? Well,
Right.
like that shit made music sound cooler.
Yeah.
Now I feel a different way, and now I'm really like my imagination taking me anywhere I want to go.
So let me ask you this question: so you were making music at this time, right?
Yeah, at this point, I'm making music and shit. I'm like trying to get in trying like
Special Beam Cannon.
Yeah.
At any given point, was it a? Cause I know when I was rapping, I used to go get a bottle, get some bud, and then it looked cool to be fucked up in the studio, but the music I made never, it never made sense. 'Cause I was so fucked up. Would that happen with you? Like, were you was the drugs and the drinking and whatever you know what I mean, the way you were living, was that messing with your music at all? Or would it make it better?
nah. So funny enough, I actually a lot of times never really recorded fucked up like that. I would
Right,
smoke
yeah.
however much, like weed not a thing.
Right.
But a lot of times I really wouldn't record super fucked up.
Right.
One, because recording with Kenny at the time, like that nigga is like he's like anal sometimes, so like he don't like that shit. Like he, like,
Right.
I'm not gonna.
So he
keep,
cared about
I'm not
you as an
gonna keep
artist.
pressing this like this because you're high as fuck. Like I
Right.
don't like that. And two, I like to get high to music, so I can't. Like it was hard for me to make it high as shit and hear it high. Like you know what I'm saying? Like when you make music too high, sometimes that's why you say, "Oh, nigga, you was high." You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah.
like you're hearing it with high ears. I like to make the masterpiece, and they're gonna get fucked up and play my song 1,000 times in a row in the car. You feel me?
Right.
That was my twist. So like that was actually like the first thing that started giving me discipline while doing drugs. Cause I would do them shits I was in my fucking English classes with this nigga Isaac's drinking hella lean. Like I'm like, yo, this half an hour been the longest half an hour of my life. Like just leaving class, like fuck it, I'm out of here. Like you know what I'm saying? Like all that shit. So like that actually started becoming my discipline. So what I would do is I would go to the stew, I would rap, I would try. This is when I was still writing all my lyrics down and like trying to get all my songs in one place and do all that cool shit. You know what I'm saying? I would rap. And then after that, while he mixing and shit, that's when I start getting fucked up. That's when I start popping or some shit like that. But, as I got older, as I got to like, I don't know, as I got to like 22, that's when I started getting fucked up as I started recording. I kind of start not giving a fuck. I kind of stopped giving a fuck about my music. 22 is just like a wild ass this time of my fucking life for real. Like 21, 22 is just fucked. Like, that shit catches up to you, you feel me? You get to tweaking. So now, I'm still fucking with the lean, but now I'm playing with Xannies. You feel me? Like a perk, like not really, but every now and like I'm mixing. When you start mixing those drugs together like that, and like stop being as active and stop doing some of the productive things that you was always doing, like that's when that shit really start engulfing you. You feel me? The reason why you see some of these stars and some of these niggas be able to do the drugs they can do at their capacity because they know what they gotta do after, you know what I'm saying? The detoxes and all the other shit. I was just naturally doing it as a kid while going to football and drinking water and being healthy. But now I'm getting older. Now it's a point where I'm not doing any of that. My mindset is everything that made me do that shit, everything not made me, but everything that kind of, all that shit that I was masking and all that shit's kind of coming to my face, you feel me? I'm at like pivotal point with my mom. Me and my mom's beefing, you know what I'm saying? Beefing,
That's the worst, bro. Yeah.
You feel me? I'm not even living there. I'm living with my girlfriend, you feel me? I'm freestyling, you feel me? I'm just everywhere. I don't really give a fuck if I live or I die. Who cares?
Are you still doing music though?
Yeah, like I'll consider it, but like I don't
You're
really.
in a dark place.
You know what I'm saying? I don't really
Yeah.
give a fuck. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I'm not really, cause like my first mixtape came out, which this nigga, it's funny because I never liked this nigga, but he actually always shot all my shit.
I did his cover arts, his photo shoots.
So y'all was friends, but y'all didn't. Y'all
No,
we weren't friends. We had a
friends.
we had a business
I
relationship.
just like I pay niggas for what they doing. Ant was talented. Ant
Right.
knew how to do everything. Like, yo, you need a photo shoot? I got you. Just give me $40, bro. Square cash with that shit, or go to the fucking Rite Aid. Let's say Ant be like, go to the Rite Aid, grab one of those cards, put the money on that card and send it. When you send it, I'll send you this. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo.
you know what I mean? So like, for all of the for that nigga's hustle, I always respect it.
That's crazy.
I always
And that's
respect it.
one thing that we had like a common ground on. Like we always respect each other's like hustle. Even if we was on some petty like personal stupid shit, we always was like, yeah, I don't like you, but I know you gonna be something one day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Real shit.
So let's transition, man, into how do we ended up? When did you end up taking music like serious? When did you get the name Shaq G? And how do we end up into this overweight rager era right now? You know, because I know more shit is coming.
Yeah, so all the shit you see now is like, yo, high key kind of fresh, yo. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you because, I tell you, I was doing music, but I was not really doing music. I didn't even really give a fuck. And what happened was a couple years after all the bullshit, you know what I'm saying? I stopped fucking with him, stopped fucking with Ant, doing what he doing. We got a mutual friend, AJ and shit. That nigga linked us. He just kept forcing our relationship. So AJ be like, yo, you want to go smoke? I know some niggas probably need some weed. Come with me. I'm like, all right, say no more. I go hop in the car, hop in the front seat. I look in the back. This nigga Ant in the back.
Fuck is this nigga doing in the back?
You feel me? What the fuck you
I'm
doing
in the
back
back
there?
like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like he kept
We about to
forcing.
play my new shit. We about to play my new shit.
He kept forcing the relationship. And at one time, like me and AJ, me and AJ was supposed to do a shoot, and it was just some dumbass shit. So me and Ant sat in the car. And me and Ant was like kind of just laughing at AJ doing whatever the fuck AJ was doing. There was just some funny ass shit going on. We kind of just like mutually laughed. And then this nigga was like, hey, bro, you want to listen to some music? I was like, I'll play the shit. This nigga played like 3 hours with the music. Back in the day, you feel me? Like we sat there for 3 hours playing.
Was it like songs or was it like production?
Songs,
Was it
songs, production, everything?
What
like
year is
that.
this?
This is like 2015.
15? Yeah.
15.
Okay.
So I was like, God damn, boy, like shit, nigga, you're nice. Congratulations. Like I no bullshit, because I never really thought bro was like nice. So I heard that. I was like, yo, you nice. Like, I'm not hating no more. Like, you fucking nice. Like, I see it all. I see it. If I fuck with you, handshake, boom, we cool. You know what I'm saying? And then like bro kept fucking, and then one time I hopped in the whip. I played him a new record. This is when I played him Gas. So mind you, it's 2015. I played him Gas in 2015.
like the record that was already
I got
done?
Gas Sudoku. I played him
Yeah.
that in 2015.
That's crazy. Yeah.
You feel me?
That's
I played
crazy.
It that shit. It was like, bro, this song's amazing. You want to perform with me? And I was like, get out of here. Cause I'm like, at
That
the
is a dope
top,
song,
I'm-
yeah.
at the top, I'm like, yo, this nigga kind of started to get all the like little juice through the city and shit. And I was fucking with my homie Swizzy Mac a lot, so I was doing like,
Shout out Swizzy Mac. Shout out
yeah,
DJ
that's
Love
the homie,
too.
man. I was like, he was putting me on to like all his people and like just showing me like that's really my homie. So like I was always around with him and shit like that. We was always just getting fried and like so I was always like seeing like these cool ass professional shows and shit like that. But I was like, I want to get it to the underground. This nigga Ant, like a little bit later, it's like, yo, just do the show with me. And I was like, no way. Like,
Where
you
would
want me
the
to do
show
your
at?
What's that shit?
Open Space?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Shout out
Yeah.
Open Space, man.
Nigga
Shout out
did
the
a
whole
show
team
Open
over there.
Space.
JB, what's up?
I did this shit at Open Space. That shit was amazing. Then we went like what? I think like the next week it had a show. And I didn't think bro was gonna bring me out. And he was like, no, nigga, like this is what we're doing now. Like you're in my set. Like that song, that energy, yeah, bro, come on, stop fucking playing. Then this nigga one day, I don't even know this motherfucker. The only motherfucker in my life. Now this is a point in my life where I am, bro, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm fucking niggas up. That's one part I skipped. I was mean as shit. I got to a point I was mean. I'll fuck you up, I rob. Now I really rob you. I strong arm rob you. Like, nigga, if you're gonna kill me or some win, I'm gonna rob you or some win. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm taking your shit. Fuck you. Like, I'm doing this, doing that. And I was off the Xannies and shit. And it was just like, bro, like, you're getting too high for all this. Him and Tierra Whack were like two of the only people that were like, yo, you're too high
Shout
for
out
all
Whack,
this shit.
man. Shout out Dizzle.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Tierra Whack was another one that really big up me. I didn't even know who she was when I met her.
That's crazy. So wait, were you and Whack cool before she like started taking off, or was it like right before
well,
the
I
project?
met Tierra Whack right around the time like me and Ant really got cool.
Okay, so it's a while ago.
Yeah, long ass
Yeah, it's
time
a
ago I
long
met
time
Terry
ago,
White.
yeah.
You feel me?
It's before A-Rap got locked up, right?
Oh,
Before
yeah.
you started trapping heavy.
This is like when Tierra Whack dropped like Nickelodeon, so maybe like 2016.
Yeah, that's a while ago. Yeah.
So
yeah,
like I had met her, but like all these niggas are singing their songs and shit, and they singing some saggy titty shit, and I'm like, my face all turned up, all the Zaddies and shit. My face all turned up. I'm like, who the fuck is this bitch with a turtleneck on in the summertime and shit? Like I'm tight, and then she like play your music, play your music. I'm like, all right, I play my shit. She's like, yo, you hot? Like, what are you doing with your shit? What you just
Yeah.
do it for yourself? I was like, just fucking do it. I don't know, nigga. What you mean? She's like, you too high. Get too high.
Too
and shit
high,
like that. Yeah, shit like that. And then she was like, yo, you really hot. You should keep doing your shit. I didn't even know who bro really was. You feel me? And then like, we just was always kind of this, cordial after that. I mean, she cool people and shit. But like, yeah, so skip past the bullshit, the overweight Rager shit coming to play. I was managing Ant. So now Ant shit taking off. That's my brother. He got me out of a dark place. He helped me get off the drugs, see my potential. So now shit's taking off. And it gets to a point where like we doing everything together. We know if them niggas over there not gonna do it right, we gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Somehow, some way. And it got to the point where he like, bro, like, how are we gonna make it make sense? I can't. You know what I'm saying? So like I was like, fuck it, like I'll day-to-day manage you. I'll do the shows, I'll still perform my shit, but I'll day-to-day manage you. I'll take a little step back, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But bro always still pushed me to do my music and shit. You feel me? But so we did that. We had a ball. We went on tour, did all this crazy shit.
Went to Mexico, Hawaii together, like all over. Yeah, all
like,
over.
It was just so we
Was
just
y'all
started,
fucking groupies together? Yeah, that's the question, huh? Yeah. Yeah. No comment. All right, no comment. Look.
So we fucking skip past some bullshit, you know what I mean? Now like the hazard shit is really starting to come up, you know what I'm saying? Like now like, you know what I mean? Like all the hazard shit starting to come together and shit like that. And then Ed started getting like a little bit further in his career to where he can get more people, you know what I'm saying? And it hurt a little bit because it's just like, this is something that me and bro built. Yeah, I know that ain't nobody really gonna go as hard and as crazy because we're both crazy.
Right.
Not saying some of the shit we ain't did was manic and kind of backwards, but that's just how we move. We understand each other. You know what I'm saying? So like, so I remember Ann was like, "Yo, what do you want to do? Like, I know you do want to manage, but I met you rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I was sitting this nigga's sessions, roll his blunts for him. I know how important that shit is. You feel me? Like, and when we be in them APG sessions and I would make sure bro was straight. You feel me? Like
Bro,
all that type of shit.
Lifeline. I probably wouldn't be where I'm at as an artist if Shaq didn't put his career on hold for a whole year just to be my manager.
That's dope, man.
For the vision,
That's
you know what I
crazy.
mean? And that's how our relationship is.
Right.
Yeah.
Whoever got to fall back to help the other person, if it makes sense, that's what we gonna do.
Without benefit, don't even matter. Like, we figure it out, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, bro sat me down and was like, listen, like, I know you want to be an artist. This is what I met you. I think you're a star. Like, I think this is time for you to do that now.
Right.
So, between that and then, like, I kind of broke up with my baby mom. This like, whole bunch of shit just started kind of going down. Shit. I was just like, fuck it, I'm digging in. I'm just digging in. You know what I'm saying? I started coming up with concepts. That's how I really got cool with Riley because I actually got some artwork done. I had this crazy concept for overweight Rager and shit. And I had hit up, Scratch and shit.
Shout out Scratch,
I
man.
love Scratch. I had hit up Scratch and then the shit didn't fall through. Riley paid me back like an upstanding nigga he is.
Love, man.
You know what
One
I'm saying?
time for HBC business,
You feel
man.
me? But like that actually in turn helped me like find Taye, was the nigga I made the comic book with. My father had one
He
for
is
you today.
incredible.
Nah, it's
You know
all
what I'm
good,
saying?
man.
So like me and Taye linked up and then we just started just mocking shit up. So like between that and all the old music I had and then like what I just wanted to do, cause like I always kind of had my shirt off, like I don't give a fuck, you feel me? So like I was just like, fuck it, like we're gonna do it. And I remember I posted some nigga did a collage for me and I posted a pic and it was just like all this shit. And I love Kid Cudi, you know what I'm saying? I love Heavy D. That's why the performance, the dancing, the moving, all that shit, that's the Heavy D shit.
Right.
You're the Rager, I just love Kid Cudi, you feel me? So I was like, fuck it, overweight Rager, you feel me?
Wow,
And I
I
just started
would've
running
never-
with that
that's
shit.
crazy.
You feel me? And then the Shaq G shit came from, because I was like, my brother always hated the name. My name used to be Shacky D's. Like Shacky D's nuts, like
Yeah,
Shacky
then
D's.
you had a bar you saw Shacky with something like that.
Yeah, like you'll still hear me say it all the time, but like my friends, some of my friends still call me Shacky D's. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, but looking that shit up, saying that shit, just all that, it was just like my brother's like, what the fuck is a Shacky D's, nigga? Like fuck that, like nut ass name. And I was like, man, that's bullshit. But then I don't know. One day, it was only like a couple years ago, like a year or two ago, I changed my name for real. Like,
Shaq
I was
G.
just like, yo, I think I'm just run with Shaq G. My name's Shaq Griffin. You feel me?
Right, yeah.
But Shaq G just sound hot. You feel me? It just
Shaq
sound cool.
G.
It just sound like it belongs on the album.
Yeah.
You feel me? So once I changed my name, that's when I felt like, okay, maybe you are becoming a rapper. Maybe you are like this. And then I ain't had no money, bro. Like when I moved out my baby mom crib was like the darkest time of my life. I had no money. So I said, if I don't got no money, that's what I'm gonna base my shit on. Not having money and being in pain. Fuck it. Like that's what and a lot of niggas didn't see that. A lot of niggas just saw me being on stage wild and doing what I do and always being in the mix and not wearing no shirt and all this, that, and the other. No, nigga, like that same outfit shit came from not having no clothes. So I would just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna keep rocking this coat, keep wearing this shit, and make that part of my comic. Like I'm on my comic book shit. And I'm just gonna act like it's $1 million. I'm gonna feel like $1 million when I hop on stage. And that just shit like in the city, for the little underground shit that I was doing, like from the people that met me, like it's a lot more people word of mouth know me than, you know what I'm saying, through internet or even through my music. Cause they would just see me in the street or see me in the show and be like, nigga, I love it. When I did my listening party, it was like over like 100 people there. For a listening party for niggas that never heard my shit.
That's because you got the vibes, bro.
Motherfuckers I didn't know.
And people were there.
Motherfuckers I did not know was like, oh yeah, bro, I saw you at a show. I heard about this shit. I had to come by. I had 70 likes on my fucking Instagram. Over 100 people came. You
Super
feel me?
organic.
Yeah, I'm just like, you
crazy.
know what I mean? Just did everything through the street. You feel me? That's just how it was.
Love, man. Well, listen, man. I want to thank Ant Beale,
Thank
Shaq
you.
G for coming through, man. Hazard Club's fucking finest.
Yes,
How you guys
sir.
come back.
Hazard Club.
Because we got Nasser Smith up next to me to talk about credit. I really appreciate you guys, man. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like you gave us a lot of a crazy story because all that stuff I would have never known. When I would have, but now it all makes sense, bro. You know what I mean?
appreciate you.
And that was the scratching of the surface.
Yeah,
that
we gotta
was
come
like
back, yeah.
We need the
Had-
10-hour podcast.
Yeah. No, we're gonna do it
Niggas
like
don't know the
this.
fuck it
Bro,
had.
Famous Radio is gonna get bigger and bigger, bro.
And we
I
gotta
promise
bring
to
a couple
y'all
more
back,
of the gang members in
Yeah,
here.
next time we have one, man. We're
Hell
gonna
yeah.
maybe we can do like a hazard interview next time and just have everybody come through.
Yeah,
whatever
There's
y'all
a lot
need,
of shit
man.
that went into this shit. You know what I mean? But then I gotta really say thank you, bro, because before I'd even know who you was or anything, I just saw the support, like the amount of
Yeah.
support. Like I was like, I think this nigga get it. Like I think this nigga kind of see what I be trying to go for. You feel me? Like I think he get it or
Yeah,
shit.
nah, I
you
do.
feel me? He just kept supporting me, and it's just like, yo, that shit. Like a lot of people see me on stage and see that and don't know what to make of me. Don't know if I'm mean. Don't know if I'm not humble and shit like that, whatever. But like, bro, I'm a real chill ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and I really am like, I really appreciate that shit. Shit go far because nigga, I still work at I work at a schizophrenic lab right now, but I was cooking at fucking Sharky's Bagels. You feel me? Like that
For
shit
real.
suck every fucking day. Like no, my manager and all them niggas is cool as shit, but like I don't want to do that shit. You feel me? And like little shit like that just make my fucking day. That shit keep me going.
The
you know what I
music
mean?
is crazy, bro. I'm
I
not
really
even gonna
appreciate
lie.
that.
Like for me, I would say my favorite record would have to be Wandering, yo.
Oh, thank
yeah,
you,
that's
bro.
my favorite genre, bro.
Thank you,
yeah,
thank you.
man, it's crazy. Like, and the funny thing is that I've only been really listening off Spotify, so I never looked up any visuals, and I came across one you did with
Mid-Vessel?
Mid-Vessel, yeah, with all that blood and shit. I'm like, wow, like. So just keep pushing, bro. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you,
Whatever I
thank
could do, however I could support, we're gonna bring you guys back, man. All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, bro.
All right, man. One
Appreciate
time, man. Big love, world famous, man. We
Yes,
be back.
sir.
Peace.
it. Already.
Thanks, man.
Thank you for having me.
World famous.